Watching NappyCast by Jason Nappy. Whether we're stuck in a weekend wet pattern, storms just keep coming through. Here's a satellite picture right now across the Northeast, across New England. You see all that cloud cover coming up from the south here. We've got all that moisture coming up. Low pressure off to our west here, so we're going to have moisture. But there's a little clearing going on back towards New Hampshire, back towards New York too. So we'll see how much this clearing we get. How much clearing we get decides how much thunderstorm activity we get today and especially tomorrow in the forecast. So we'll move into things here and show you the weekend. I'll break down the whole weekend for you. We got a lot to talk about here weather-wise here with this storm going on. Rounds of precip. So you see the precip here. There's the precip coming through the central highlands. Down east, you see that rain. Also back towards southern Vermont. You got shower activity, but look at the snow up in Canada. Okay, all this warm air is going to come up from the south here, especially later today and tomorrow here. We'll get into the warm sector, it's called, where we're in between basically from the warm front to back where the cold front's going to be. And we'll get into that pretty much later on today and tomorrow. So you see that right here on the couple-day forecast here by the National Weather Service. It shows multiple rounds of precip coming through. We've got storms on the weather highway, and we got a few of them coming through. Now, one of them is broken down. It's going to break down over the mid-Atlantic. I'll talk about that in more detail, but I can tell you, at least for the first round of precip, that comes through today, tomorrow, Sunday, really. So on and off throughout the weekend. And I want to stress, this is not a big deal. It's not an all-weekend washout. It's not going to be heavy rain. There will be breaks, but we're not going to see the sunshine we saw yesterday. Look at all this cloud cover coming up from the upper level low to our west here. So we're pretty much locked in with clouds. I do expect some of this clearing over New York to come through, but we also have fog to deal with as well. So I don't expect any clearing tonight. It's really going to be tomorrow where we'll see some clearing. Now, I want to talk about thunderstorms. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. These are non-severe garden variety. Anytime you see this lighter green shade here, that is non-severe garden variety thunderstorms popping up in the forecast here. So I do not expect this to be a big time wind event. Okay, I'll go into day 2 now. This is for Saturday, there's severe outlook. Anywhere you've got marginal with the darker green here, so just outside the North Shore of Massachusetts, back towards southern New Hampshire, south of that is where you have a variety of a category 1 out of 5, a low-end threat for severe. But here in southern Maine and the Oxford Hills, up towards the mid-coast, Casco Bay, this is non-severe, okay? That's garden variety. But we'll see how much sunshine we get tomorrow, right? We'll see how much instability is. But right now, I'm not overly concerned about severe weather. Where there is a concern for severe weather is down to the south, over towards the Mid-South, the Gulf Coast, right through the Mid-South, and Louisiana, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi. That's where the greatest threat for severe. Also back towards, you see here, back towards, there's West Virginia, western parts of North Carolina. Okay, you've got all that. So there's the severe. But over here, you've got a marginal, the level 1 threat, right? So not as big of a threat. This threat goes down. We're not as much instability in the atmosphere. So temperature-wise, I want to show you a few spots here across Maine. Portland, you see the jump to 72 on Saturday, but look at what happens here. We get the dip here. This is an upper-level low coming through, so quite the roller coaster ride where temperatures are going to nosedive early next week. And then we get another drop here Friday, but then they start to go back up as we get deeper into May. Obviously here, this is Mother's Day right here, so that's a big day for looking for stuff, taking mom maybe out to do, some food or whatever you want to do, right? Maybe hit the golf course, right? They're starting to open up. Now, here's Bangor. Now, look at this. Warm front gets here. Warm front is gone. A little warmer Monday and then dipping again, right? So you got quite the roller coaster ride going on in Bangor. I mean, temperatures here up and down, and then this nice gradual climb as we get deeper into May. And we don't have to talk about this yet, but that doesn't look good in the long-range stuff. But that's so far away, won't put much stock in it in the short term. So I want to show you the two systems coming through. So I talked about the weather highway and the big blocking pattern. So here's your blocking pattern right here. Okay, there's your blocking pattern. So the weather highway is all jammed up. Here's your upper level low, upper level low. Okay, so this first one's going to come through. This comes through, gets here. As you see here, I'll put the map into motion. Watch the map and put the map into motion. So that's going to come through Monday and Tuesday. That's that first wave. So this is why early in the week it is going to be cold, chilly, stormy, not a lot of, rainfall coming, but this is more of the nuisance variety. Once that upper level low, once that storm is stuck on the weather highway moves through, okay, this other one out west fades away and gets eaten up. So not worried about that one. But I can tell you with that system coming through Monday and Tuesday and even early Wednesday, there will be more showers. So I'll do the map here for the precip. This is today, this afternoon. The severe weather moves through the Mid-South, up Mississippi River Valley. Okay, and then here comes the upper level low that I talked about. We'll get a break Monday, but here comes that precip. Once again, this is Tuesday, Wednesday, where this precip starts to come through. So let me go ahead and draw that. You see all this precip coming through here. This is, once again, Tuesday, Wednesday. But then watch what happens after that. And we got to wait until late next week. But late next week, once that gets out of here, we start to see high pressure nose in. Here comes the high pressure system. And things are clear right here. All clear in New England. So it is not till late next week. So as we get into really Mother's Day weekend right now, we have an opportunity to see things begin to clear out just a bit, just enough to give mom and to give us a nice weekend before we could see something a little bit cooler getting in. So that's the forecast there. Let me go ahead and transition things over now and get into the forecast. I want to show you what's going on in the next couple of days. So here we go. On and off showers continue in the forecast. This is warmer tomorrow with thunder, and the rain lingers into next week. You can see on the live cameras it's very damp and cloudy. Not an all-weekend washout, but obviously, yes, there will be rain showers at times, okay? So for the mountains, the next 10 days, it's 58, 58, then 60, 56. Here comes more rain. I talked about Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's that storm that's going to just very slowly move through. So we got one coming through this weekend, another one next week, and then we clear out for Mother's Day. So big improvement there. Now inland on Saturday, May 3rd, 69, close to 70. Now that temperature for inland is an average of the state. So north and east of that and down east Maine cooler, but south and west of that warmer. I'm not going to show, temperatures for basically a big, huge range, but get the idea. So that's right at Augusta, for example. And then 59 Sunday, and then here comes the next system to come through. You see that coming through Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but then we clear out for Mother's Day weekend. Now for the coastline, you're dealing with sea breezes, so it will be cooler there, but overall temperatures here are on the cooler side for next week, but with that upper low swinging through. Showers Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that storm I showed you, and then we clear out 63, 65, 70. So right now looking really nice in the longer range, but not so nice the shorter range. You can go to nappycast.com, make sure your location is turned on to get the weather where you live.